everyone, welcome back to Healthy Home Mama. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about how and why we limit screen time for our 6, 3, and 1-year-old. It's been a while since I've made a video, but I'm excited to share this topic with you today. If you're new here, this channel is all about healthy living, homemaking, productivity, and family life. I'm so glad you're here. If you're not new here, I'm glad to have you back. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down in the comment section. And let's go ahead and dive right in. So first off, I'm going to talk about what our screen time looks like for us. So for us, screen time, really the big thing that I'm talking about today is TV. We do not have tablets for our kids. And so the only other screen that they have access to is a TV. So TV for us looks like maybe 1 to 2 times a month, and in 30-minute increments. So when they are watching TV, it's the limit that we set is for 30 minutes at a time. And we also do not do phones for them, like we don't give them our phones. The only instance that we do give them our phones is when they are getting haircuts. And so I'm gonna dive into, what this used to look like for us and then how we got to where we're at now. So used to be, I had always had kind of a stronger conviction on like wanting my kids not to have very much TV time. And so from the get-go, I was limiting that. And now it used to be an hour a day. So I would say most days we would have turned the TV on when my 6-year-old was younger, and maybe even, my memory's not the greatest, so I don't remember for certain, but when he was maybe an only child, maybe I was turning it on like every day or so, but I was limiting it to an hour a day. And then as we had more children, I kind of came across like books or maybe some podcasts, or I just heard things here and there about the benefits of having less screen time for your children. And so over time, I decided, you know what? I don't think I like the hour a day. I think I'm going to switch it to 30 minutes a day. So I did that. I switched it to 30 minutes a day. Like I said, my memory is not the greatest, so I don't remember around what time I would have switched this, but it's been for a really long time now that we would have had 30 minutes a day. Now, when summer started this year, it's beautiful out. And so to turn the TV on every day just didn't seem like something I wanted to do. And so the rule became, we can have TV on rainy days, but if it's not a rainy day, we're going to be outside. And so that became the rule at the beginning of summer, and it just kind of has stuck since then. And even on we had a pretty dry summer. There wasn't a lot of rainy days. So even on, rainy days, since we have gotten in such a habit of not turning our TV on, we won't, it's not like a set in stone rule that on a rainy day we are watching TV for 30 minutes. So it just kind of is hit or miss. So that's why I say it's like 1 to 2 times a month. We are rarely turning our TV on. For the most part, if we have a babysitter coming, that's like the time that we're turning the TV on. Other than that, I don't remember the last time I've turned it on. Just me here with them. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about why we got here, and then what we do in place of screen time. Before we dive into that though, I want to kind of rewind a little bit and talk about where we used to be and kind of like my conviction on like the tablet side and the phone side. So I touched on the TV. I forgot about the tablet and the phone side. So tablet has always been something for me that I just never wanted to get into for my kids. And so like car rides, especially like vacation or something like that, that's a big thing. So I never wanted to get into that just because I didn't want my kids to have to rely on a tablet when we were going on a really long trip. I wanted other ways to entertain them. And so I never got into that. And for that reason, I just never got into tablet use at all. And I remember, my mom would ask like, do you want me to get like tablets for the boys for Christmas? Then you guys can have it in the car, different things like that. And, I would think about it and then I'd be like, no, I don't think I want to. And then I kind of like second guess, do I want this? Do I not? But over the years, like I said, I've read a lot of different books, podcasts. I wish I would remember like specifics. And then just different things that I've read and about the benefits of being more screen free. And so over time, I was like, yes, no tablets, like sticking more firmly to that. And I am so thankful I have, just because, I mean, my kids have never had one, so they don't know, like, they don't know any different, And now on the side of phones, I used to, when I was going, running errands during the day, going to doctor's visits, if I had a doctor visit, if we were going out to eat, just all these different things, I would give our kids my phone and I would turn a show on for them. And this was when my 6-year-old was was young, probably 2. And then when I had my second, I was also doing this. And then I, somewhere along the way, wanted to get away from that habit. And I decided, you know what? I don't want to have to rely on my phone in these public settings to entertain my children. I want them to get good at just being fine in these settings without needing a phone, like, books, maybe snacks, just finding other ways to entertain them. But I did not want it to be coming from my phone. And so I stopped doing that when I had 2. And like I said, I don't remember the ages, but it has been years now that I haven't had to use my phone for entertainment. And I am so thankful once again that I made this change, because now we don't use our phone to entertain our kids anywhere except for haircuts. Haircuts is the only exception I've made. I take all 3 boys with at the same time to get haircuts. Just me is usually taking them. And so I've just always given them a phone, and I'm fine with that being the only time that they get my phone. So anyways, that is where I used to be with phones. That's where we are now with giving our kids TV on our phone to entertain them. And let me now switch over to talking about why we decided to go this route. So like I said, over the years, there's been numerous books, numerous podcasts, numerous things, resources that I've come across that have just like strongly made my stance on this much stronger. And so one of the big things is that I really value outdoor time for my children. So we go outside a lot during the day. That's actually, I am recording this and my kids are outside. My 6-year-old and my 3-year-old. My 1-year-old is still napping, which is awesome, so I can get this video in. But I just really want my kids to have a ton of outdoor time growing up. And then for all the things that I have read about the dangers of screens for children, I strongly believe all of those things that I've read. And I just don't want that for my kids. What it can do mentally, what it can do to their creativity, and just having to have a constant stimulus to keep them entertained. I just don't like all of that stuff. So for those reasons, I've pulled even further away from that. And then for myself, for me and Nathan, we don't watch a lot of TV. Probably same thing, once or twice a month we're turning the TV on at night for a movie for us. We just don't watch a lot. I don't find it beneficial for myself. It's not something that, I think is going to benefit my life or do much for me other than just entertain me. And so for that reason, I don't see the need for my kids to have it. If I'm not needing it to entertain myself, then I don't believe that my kids need that to entertain them either. And then on that topic, kids find so many different ways to entertain themselves. Before there was a TV, kids were entertaining themselves. They were able to play all day long before TV and be just fine. And so if they don't know any different, then they're going to find other ways to entertain themselves. If they don't know constant TV, then they're going to be doing other things. It's not like they're just going to be bored and sitting, doing nothing and not knowing what to do. There's so much that kids can find to entertain themselves, and especially if we're giving them outdoor time. So another reason that we limit screen time for our kids is because I highly, highly value for our children to have a childhood filled with imaginative play, tons of outdoor time, and tons of free play, along with a slow-paced life. And I don't want them to have a childhood that is bombarding them with information at young ages, even if it's educational, you know. I just don't want them bombarded with all of this information or overstimulated, especially, you know, if it's not helpful for their brains, if it's not helpful for their play, for their growth, for their development, you know, all these things. So I just highly value that. And so that's another reason why we got to where we are now. So you might be thinking, you know, you have a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. How are they not constantly asking you for TV? So my kids actually do not ask for it. Occasionally they will ask, but they're not constantly asking. They're not asking every day. Here and there they will ask because they're used to it. They know this is just how we do things, and it's not something that they're used to having all the time anymore. So definitely it's something that we can train our kids in. If it's something that, you know, you have a ton of screen time, you want to draw away from it, it's definitely an area that you can like train your kids in. If you're watching this and you do a ton of screen time and you don't want to shy away from it, you know, that's fine too. I just wanted to share how and why we personally limit screen time for our 6, 3, and 1-year-old. So yeah, let me know what does screen time look like for you guys in your families? Leave me a comment down below. What are the age ranges of your kiddos? I would be very curious to know. Like I said, everybody has a different stance on this. Everybody has a different take. Perfectly fine. But yeah, I would love to hear what yours is. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I will be back here real soon for another video. Bye.